Good evening and welcome back to the Play versus Collegiate League. Of course, if you're a big fan of what we do over here on the Zephyrcast channel, you are well aware of all the collegiate action that we cover. I mean, it's kind of why we've got the logos. Anyways, Play versus League takes place on Thursdays with notable rosters such as the Haskell Indians, Seminole College, Kennesaw State, sometimes you got San Jose University as well, and plenty of other familiar faces that we've come to know over the course of our Thursday competitions. Tonight is that week 4. Soares, good to see you. Welcome back, Soares. Congratulations on being first, you know, as usual. Atmosai, Slasher, chat on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being ECAC and 10 being the Octane Lobby number 1. How good or bad is PCL? Well, I'll tell you what, like I said, maybe we switch ECAC to 5 for the sake of the argument, if you know what I mean. Going through these down the list. Atmo, absolutely insane. A 60 stream streak. That means you have watched, guaranteed, the entirety of 2026's streams, because I have not streamed every day. You probably have also watched all of December's as well. Yeah, sorry, Soares, you've got a long way to catch up. There will be a day, though. There will be a day where there is Atmo's going to drop their streak, and I think that's your time to swoop in there. Speed Demon, pleasure as always. The pleasure is more so mine, but it's a pleasure to see you back. And of course, to finalize, a couple of thank yous to give out. HLW Phantom, thank you for the follow. Del Marie, thank you for the follow. And of course, as we just saw a couple seconds ago, Anime Cat 910, thank you so much for the follow. All right, there we go. We've officially locked in all of the information. Not as good as Atmo, but still decent. Soares, I think you are the second highest, because FPS Aether and a Singular Frog both dropped their stream streak, which means they stopped showing up. You know, just so sad, so sad. But that does mean for a fact that they are, I mean, yeah. I would say it is pretty darn messed up, but it's just the way it goes. Let's go. Congratulations, by the way. We can actually take a look here at the scoreboard while we wait, because Texas A&M Texarkana does remind me of something to point out, which is last week's leaderboard. Now, of course, Lewis was sick, guys. Lewis was sick, and so I had to take some time away from the competitions and get him to the hospital and all this other fun jazz. And now I can confirm he is a rowdy, feisty little boy. Of course, last week, though, Texas A&M Texarkana did come in second place with 45 points here. That is not unusual for them. Week 2, the same to be said. And during week 1, third place. Pretty good start for them, and will continue. Zachary, 2K17, my brother. WSP Zeph, what's pretty? What the hell does WSP mean? I'm too unk for this, guys. Slang. What's up? Welcome back, TDD Brandon. What's up? Okay, there you go. That's all you need to know, apparently. What's up? I'll tell you what. What's up is the fact that Texas A&M Texarkana has been on the hunt for a first place finish and have yet to find it. Tonight could be their chance. If we take a look at the leaderboard, there are quite a few excellent teams in here. The one in particular that they're going to have to face off against for that first place position might be Kennesaw Gold. That being said, Kennesaw kind of hit or miss, but at times can, you know, finish off at 105 points. Granted, that was Kennesaw Black, which is the primary roster. Kennesaw Gold is a different team here. So we could be seeing a Texas A&M Texarkana first place finish today. Not Koryu, good to see you as always. Welcome back, Iowa State legend himself. We are on a 2-minute delay. So while we're on that 2-minute delay, I do want to point out our next glorious announcement. As you guys hopefully have already seen, the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics has announced its next contestant. We are officially 3 out of the 8 away. Mez coming in from the University of Utah. He will be playing alongside what we've already announced, Limbox and Group T, for a chance to become the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics champion. Honestly, this event is kind of gearing up to be something insane. Day 25, and I've decided I will be driving to the Zephyr Olympics. Are you serious? Are you actually coming? Yo, Blueberry! Blueberry, welcome back. I can't believe you're back, Blueberry. Are you actually coming to my Olympics, Kindly Monkey? Fun fact, I'm gonna dox myself real quick. Okay, this is College Station. Okay? I'm partially doxing myself. All I'm gonna say is this is the location of the Chipotle, and I am very nearby it. I'm not gonna tell you exactly where in this vicinity, but I will say this Chipotle Mexican grill, I'm right there. What are we watching today? Blueberry, we are taking a look at, no, not the star sign Shun of Moon Asian legacy of Jeremy Lee. Instead, we will be taking a watch of the Play Versus. That is a goated strip, right? You've got Whataburger, Chipotle, and Starbucks right here. I'm not like a huge fan of custard, so I've gone to this Andy's maybe once or twice, but yeah. Oh, Soros. Kanji character. Good luck today, Kanji. I assume you're playing. If you're playing KSU, thank you, Soros, for being here. By the way. Always a friend of the family. Sadly, no more hydrations, but thank you so much. Other side, by the way, other side of the streak, you have C&J Barbecue, Hungry Howie's, Speed Demon. Why are you on TikTok now? There you go, Netcoryu. A little hydration for you. Good to see you, Speed Demon. Yeah, no, we got a C&J's Barbecue. Half-baked goodness, a mochi nut. This place is actually goated. Mochi nut right here. A little Greek restaurant. We got Lane's, which is rip-off Cane's. I'm on both. Yeah, you did just drop it on. You dropped a stinker on both of my platforms, brother. I don't have the cleaning supplies to fix this. Double dipper. That's right. We got a double dipper in chat. Speed Demon is officially double dipping. I'm checking some of my other platforms, just waiting to see if you're double dipping somewhere else. You could, because you can triple dip and you can quadra dip. Hey, Manolito! Now that is a name I am happy to say because I'm pretty sure we're going to be watching Manolito today. Anyways, I'm going to continue to advertise this event because I genuinely think it's the coolest thing I've ever done. March 10th and 11th. IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics. What else are you live on? The Twitters and the YouTubes as well. So, we've got officially confirmed Limbox, goated, Group T, goated, Mez, and tomorrow, you are not watching me? I got a car accident? Huh? Are you where the blue house symbol is? Phantom, I did actually see that. No, I'm not where that house symbol is. Because there is no house there. Alito! I'm hoping it's a little fender bender and not something serious, brother. Hopefully, either way, it sucks nonetheless to be in any kind of accident. I hope you're able to... I hope you're okay. And more importantly, I hope your car is recoverable in some way. Yeah, so I know Kindly Monkey is somewhere. Homeless Man and Friends. Yeah, that's what we're going to rename the event to. Dude, look how... Can I just say how goated? I've gotten way better at making graphics. Like, over the years. I'm getting pretty good at graphic making. Like, look at this. Got the Kennesaw logo, the Iowa State, now the Utah. Getting ready to drop the next one tomorrow. Also, the greatest line of all time. Fun fact, currently colorblind. I still can't get over that. Well, it breaks my heart. We will not be seeing any Manolito for the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. That's probably going to be next week. Instead, University of Dayton, Hartwick College, Harrisburg University, Kennesaw's gold roster, temporary illness. Yeah, temporary illness, car crash for the temporary illnesses. You know, sometimes you just got to lock in temporarily. Temporary secretary. Speed Demon or Dustin Nels 36095 said, "Hi Zephyr," and then Koryu N-Man 2004. What up, dude? You guys are making me switch here 100 times over. All right. Jokes aside, it is time to jump into our very first game of the day. Speed Demon, you also popped into my other chat. All right, you've officially gone from a triple dipper to a quadra dipper. And honestly, I don't want to see what a quintuple dipper looks like because there's too much. There's too much dipping taking place here, folks. And I'll be honest with you. Yes, I am, Koryu. I am. Albeit you guys are, you know. Why is there no one here? Well, Team 2 is supposed to be Rio Grande, and it looks like because Manolito got into a car accident that we might be having some difficulties there, some would say. Thankfully, he is texting us, which means he is not dead, so that's kind of nice. Where's my play versus sheet? Hold on, chat. Hold on. There we go. All right. Remember, you have to be signed up for Play Versus to commit in Play Versus. There we go. All right, I got the lobby leaderboard up and ready on my screen. And it'll just sit right there. I think the issue with a lot of competitive leagues is like, take for example Play Versus. They've just started their collegiate league as of like a year ago, maybe a year and a half. PCL has not been around for a long time. Play Versus used to be a high school league. And so they've expanded into collegiate. And while Apex is definitely something crazy, it takes a lot to get going. Not Koryu. Salutations again, brother. Salutations. Pick your favorite. Yo, Angel. Welcome back, Angelino, Angel. Pleasure to see you, Angel. Welcome back to the chuttery and the funnery. But yeah, they just started, so obviously it's gonna take some time to get set up here for any one of these leagues. And remember, getting 60 players consecutively, especially when you've got an entire college that you're paying for, you know, people have to measure, they have to judge, they have to say what's good for them. Now, they're going to find what's good for them here. Ton of Clay and the rest tells us that this is going to be San Jose State, winner of last week in Play Versus. Maui Wowie, Mr. Ranger, and Kunasuno here from Team 12. This is St. John's second university squad. Looks like San Jose State, though, wraps around the back here. They've already found the one knock on Kuno, and it looks like Maui Wowie's quickly picked up in return there. It is up to Mr. Ranger to hopefully go. Get out of here. Run up the hill. Just survive, buddy. Just thrive. It's at least a single knock with the Devo, but with half a ton of Clay, so much more healthy. That will be our first team eliminated. It's a shame. It's just how it goes. Well, Team 14. This will be Simpson University. Or, no, that is very clearly Texas A&M Texarkana. I Pookie my goat Zephyr, how are you? Well, I Pookie you back. Oh, you said my Pookie. I thought you said I Pookie my goat. I'm sorry, my eyesight's not good enough. Unk struggles. All right, I'm doing good, Pookie. Oh, looks like for Texas A&M Texarkana, they are in the leading strike to try and pull away a first place finish. This is one of the best days to do it, in my opinion. You've got a very weak Kennesaw, a very weak San Jose. Did you see the drama yesterday? Are you talking about the ego drama? Is where we had to put chat into slow mode in Octane? Shout out to Texas A&M Texarkana because, yeah, They make this one look absolutely easy here. They're going to pop out that Singularity, and I don't even think they need it for Craze. Now, I would like to see Craze pop back up on that grav lift, but Kennesaw State Gold is a difficult roster to win a fight against. This is a third party to the situation here. Blue Sky Enlightened, which, by the way, is a former legend here of the main Kennesaw roster. And yeah, I mean, I'd like to see them continue to work this one out because SJSU has also arrived to the competition here in Survey Camp. So these are the three best rosters now competing on the edge of zone here. Texas A&M Texarkana recovered as a trio. It'll be It's Me Angle, the first one knocked down here. Thank you for the likes, by the way. 266. It's no small feature. Now, for half a ton of clay from San Jose State. Oh, the kitty cat on live. The kitty cat and 1 penny. Thank you so much for the 1 penny. I can afford to eat tonight, and it will be because of you. Thank you so much, Corey. Well, minute 22 seconds to go. Teams like Texas A&M, Texarkana, of course, Kennesaw and SJSU should start rotating this one in. I know they're trying to pick up extra KP in this competition, but none of these teams are in a fantastic spot for zone, especially with this revive now onto SJSU. They should be okay for now, and yeah, nice Valkyrie ultimate will maybe get them out of dodge. For Texarkana, they're going to push this one in to the edge of Kennesaw, and that will be a knock against Bandana. Of course, Blue Sky Kanji character here in Enlightened. They're going to watch that flyover from SJSU and have to turn this one around. Here we go. Full send. Maybe another. My brother's PC is not working, but he sent me to hate on KSU Gold. Ash, would your brother happen to be Travis's Caribbean? I'm just going to take a wild guess here. Speed Demon! Yo! Oh my gosh! Speed Demon! 5 gifted subs! Hey! Speed, thank you so much for the 5 gifted, my man. Genuinely. Just for me, you honestly... I mean, seriously, you didn't have to do that, brother. Kindly Monkey, right in time as well to redeem saying your name. Speed, I definitely have you already up here. I just need to grab the markers. God, there's fighting and I'm missing it all.
Let's rush over there. Buster here.
Shooting! Kennesaw, mobile shielding, med kitting, Zephyr grabbing the purple marker to add to the sign. Sinatra, good to see you, friend. All right, here we go. Nice beams from up on high. It's going to be SJSU holding off Kennesaw for now as I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on to Speed Demon there. We've officially hit, by the way, 700 subs after this game. I'll let you know what you guys have won on the subathon, which, by the way, those goals are still being accomplished, albeit I do want to apologize from the bottom of my heart. Definitely the IRL Collegiate Olympics has taken a lot of priority in my life, and hopefully you guys will see why. It has been so much to put together. I gave a sneak peek to one of our, maybe an additional sponsor, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this, but we're about to have another sponsor for the event. And so, it definitely, I'm working my ass off to try and support you guys. For you, don't worry about the pennies. Kindly Monkey, I'd love to see you in PCL in week 2 when you played originally. What days is it happening? Speed Demon, it is happening on March 10th and 11th. March 10th and 11th. March 10th and 11th. Shout out to Vert and Wild Panda Hoss here. Most Delta of Scorches. Now, that is a name I'll never forget. Already getting knocked out here in its entirety. That will be probably a 2v2 available for this roster. It says it's Western Nebraska, but it does seem like the list is currently a bit broken. So I apologize, by the way, to anyone whose names I'm saying wrong. Blueberry, that's right. Never forget. Any little crumb helps Zephyr out. That being said, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys as we come through to the final 11 squads here. I do want to say one thing about the IRL Olympics. Well, SJSU might stop me in my tracks, but I'm spending literally all of the subathon money, pretty much all of it, on the IRL Olympics to make it as cool as possible. So, hopefully, for anyone who has subbed, that is the event to tune into. Now, looks like Team 3 unable to survive much longer. This should be... I mean, it can't possibly be University of Rio Grande there, but either way, it is going to be SJSU caught out from the other angle, and it's Texas A&M Texarkana in the kill feed again. A knock on to Tito. And we'll see if the rest can survive. Azure Hero trying to run this one out in a way to survive another day here on that crypto. Remember, the zone, not super punishing. Problem, though, it is all the way outside of Thermal Station. So getting into zone is going to take some time here, okay? All right, couple of snipes. Little follow through from San Jose State, and that will be a full thirst and a half there as Azura Hero goes down. Meanwhile, we'll tune back into Kennesaw Gold. They're going to be the gatekeeper of some of these Harvester and Northern Side chokes. Okay, before fighting happens, all I want to say is I've spent pretty much all the money from the subathon on to the IRL. Zephyr, why did you get rid of the scrim with you redeem? I got rid of it because I didn't feel like it was a valid chunk of points. I don't know. I felt like it was redundant, and also it's really hard for me to successfully redeem that because it requires Octane to let me scrim with you, and a lot of the time they don't. I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, if you redeem it, I have to promise you that I will do it later, and it's not going to be a guaranteed thing. And so I didn't like that. I like my redemptions to be automatic, you know, quick as can be. Anyways, Gothic Raven, Christopher, Captain Morgan here. This should be University of Dayton. Are you going to watch SC Apex next week? Yeah, of course. Absolutely, Phantom. I watched it this week. The only reason I did not watch week 1 was because I had to take care of my cat, which is... Oh, he's over there. I had to take care of them. Team 4 is Hartwick College, DeWar Hall. Okay. That is... I was playing in it. I know you were playing in it, Phantom. I actively remember you playing in it. Are you the there was someone named Phantom, which is confusing. So there's 2 Phantoms. Are you Wiley, high school Phantom? Is that who I'm talking to right now? By the way, I'll try to keep track of the teams as best I can. Lord. All right, there you go. Yeah, no, I was watching from Wiley. You guys kick ass. I was a little sad you didn't win the first game yesterday, but coming back and re-winning that other one, well deserved. Well deserved. But you did have some struggles outside of Geyser. You guys were getting held out there pretty badly. I mean, you got the recovery off, but that was tough. That was tough. All right. Hopefully the names are fixed now. Sam Houston State University is going to be holding up on high ground as we'll pop back down to the low ground here. This is West Nebraska Community College. A knock on to Toxic Vader tells me that Kennesaw Gold has come through from the northern choke here. A mobile shield recovery, a runaway, and it's still Kennesaw Golden on health. Couple of full thirsts there, and Blue Sky will have to take the time to heal this one up. Up on high, though. We'll tune back into Texas A&M Texarkana. Ooh, Singularity down and a grab lift to follow suit. It's time to push. There's the Prowler. And, well, no beams to follow. Finally, 72 on the flesh. Nice crack on the low ground as well. Craze is going to be the one to put down the majority of the damage here, but not much more follow-up than that. What happened to Rect? You would have to ask Kennesaw. You know what? Maybe I can call him after this game. How about that? Not Koryu. I will call, I'll call Enlightened. I'll give him a little phone call, and we'll see what happened to Rect. How about that? Yo, King Micah. I didn't want to say Milka, because I feel like that would just be an asshole move, but King Micah, good to see you, brother. Welcome to College Apex. Shout out to Chris.exe representing Sam Houston State. Enlighten me why KSU Gold ain't died yet. All I'm going to say is they are a good roster. I know your brother Travis, he likes to downplay them, call them frauds, and try to seek out the worst in them. But here you can see them, Kennesaw, they're making the rotation here, and they could come up behind either San Jose State University or Sam Houston State in the center of Lava Siphon. Now, granted, that's a hard rotation, okay? So here's a chance for you, Ash. If you want to see this roster fall apart, this is a chance. So Travis is frauds? No, Travis isn't a fraud. Sometimes KSU Gold are frauds. It just depends. Looks like Captain Morgan, though, will be a fraud to behold here. Texas A&M Texarkana on that low ground will pick apart at least one piece of the Hartwick College roster. That's going to be Gothic, Raven, and Christopher. They've got a good spot in zone, but transitioning towards this endgame as a duo might come back to bite them here. It is going to be Kennesaw slowly creeping up behind Texas A&M Texarkana here, just below that zip line. I don't know if Kennesaw knows this. Right across from this wall, you can hear the castle wall has just landed. A peek in front of the rampart walls there. It's the perfect position for Kennesaw to punish this out. They've got the knock from Enlighten, and now Texarkana are down a full member. Newcastle is lone. They are going to use their rampart walls against them here. I mean, you could not have imagined it being worse. Zachary caught out there with a full thirst on the craze. The only thing that slows them down is there's a little bit of shots extended from Sam Houston State here to slow the fight for now. I do think that will be the end of Texas A&M Texarkana, and we will turn our attention instead towards Hartwick College. If my name is KSU, I might look to that zip for height. Problem is, it's kind of a good spot for them right now. The zone is going to work its way back into Lava Siphon, so they don't really want to leave this place, all right? They bought a house when the market crashed, and now it's appreciated, okay? These boomers have got a place to play. San Jose State University, though, stuck on the western side of zone. The same cannot be said. This is a team that has to leave and is currently heavily being tracked by the Haskell Indian Nations University. Zephyr, when we ripping control TDM for the subathon goal? When you free. I feel like I gotta make an announcement, though. I can't just do it tonight. After the IRL Olympics. After the IRL Olympics. How about that? Anyways, when is poker night? April. If you have a question about a future event, it is either after the IRL Apex Olympics or in April when we have more time. March is still too stacked with competitions, folks. All right? Is that fair? Are we doing online poker? Probably. Ooh! Vert, what an incredible knock. Wild Panda Hoss as well. Haskellanian's doing super great. We'll start doing nothing race next week, Tennessee on Thursday and Monday, so we can do most of those nights. I would say yes, Slasher, if not for the fact that I am not going to be here on Monday. I'm traveling to pick up everybody for the IRL Olympics at the airports. So, like I said, hold off. Hold off for me, my man. Well, it's me, Angle, ton of clay in half. More than healthy here, and that will be Kennesaw full thirsted. So SJSU, probably the best roster to come out and win this game. Fask, thank you for the follow. It rhymes. Ooh, kanji character, though. A nice knock in return for the Kennesaw Golds, who are not frauds yet here. SJSU could play for a reset recovery. Still, though, gas traps down as that will be San Jose State utilizing the altar port play to get themselves set back up here. So, Kennesaw, SJSU, and up on high ground, the Haskell Indians Nations University. Are you going to the TechSef Person In event at the end of April? I did not know TechSef was having an in-person event. I can maybe shoot them a message. I am a local. If they want someone to come cast and have a great time with them, sure. What is the prize pool on PCL? I remember they had one, but I don't really know what it is. I'll be honest with you, Slasher, I had to check. Undisputed state championship. Wild Panda Haas, Kraber knock on to KSU's Blue Sky, and that will leave one remaining individual left for KSU. It's at Baylor again this year. You want to know something crazy? I live less than an hour away from Baylor. I'm right next to it. By the way, can I just say, shout out to Haskell here. Even as a duo, Haskell Indian Nations University has been so great as a duo to survive this long into the game. They're going to try to play this one out with the lifeline. They're going to have to get the knocks that count onto Kanji character, but as a 2v3, their time may be up. That's JSU. They'll push on for 2 quick early knocks, but it is at least, yes, that's JSU dub, but a Haskell duo double finish. Congratulations to Haskell Indian Nation. I mean, as a duo, Wild Panda Haas is in my chat, okay? Yeah, you like hearing me sing the praises, but I will say, you guys as a duo, you're cracking, you're hitting some serious shots there. I'll tell you what, Tama, I know you're using you're using the whatever account right now, but I will say, if you would like me to come on over to TechSef, I am nearby, and yeah. We looked over at our Buds game, and he was still staring at the team screen. Oh! Big shout out to you guys. I was about to say, I thought you just didn't have your third tonight. It's worse than that. You just didn't get in the lobby. Now, these points aren't completely accurate here, as they are going to be updated in real time. So, they don't mean much, but we'll see how this goes. Anyways, my friend from Texarkana, if you'd like me to stop by TechSef, whether it be in Baylor, if you need an official, caster for some things, I am an Apex Legends caster, but I am also a professional caster, which means I can do just about anything, and I have done just about anything over my 7 years of casting. So, always happy. We can talk TechSef Skirmish. How many accounts do you have? How many accounts do you have? This guy gets one new role and he immediately heads to Twitch to make a new account. We were on the wrong characters, bro. Hey, you gotta lock in. You need a little checklist before the match, all right? A little checklist. All it says is lock in, all right? Let me see. I have to be multiple people every day. Trust me, I know what you mean. Well, hey, plenty of time here to go for plenty of these rosters. It will be a second place finish. Oh, do we have the scoreboard? I just realized. No? All right, after the game, put me on the scoreboard so we can talk about it next time. Sadly, no scoreboard this time. We'll have to wait. It's Nezzy. Good to see you. These people in here don't have TechSef belts like us. All right, how do I check? All right, since we're talking about it, TechSef, how do I check the previous TechSef competitions? Because now I'm interested. All right. Events. 2026 Undisputed State Championship, April 30 to May 2nd at Baylor University. Hold on. Let me check my calendar. That's not a terrible weekend for me, albeit I haven't marked out a ton of stuff. I know I'm gone this weekend. I need to fill this weekend in. When is DreamHack Atlanta? May 15th through 17th, so I'll be gone. I should put this in. I need to all right, whatever. I'll be gone for DreamHack. CSMG is the same weekend. What is CSMG? Guys, there's too many acronyms. Oh, CSMG. Never mind, that makes more sense. In the same place, kinda? Ooh, there is one event that might conflict. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I know the event that's going to conflict. Yeah. I will be I hate to say it, I will probably be in on May 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, May 2nd and 3rd, I will be in Cincinnati, Ohio for a different event. Now, granted, if your Apex competition is taking place on April 30th or April, May 1st or something close to that, I can maybe stop by and say hello, but I do have to go. Bye, ciao. See if I can tune in later. Good to see you, Blueberry. Thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure. But yeah, I will be in, what's it called? I'll be in Cincinnati. Can you tell Blueberry we all love him? Blueberry, if you haven't left yet, you can literally see it chat above because I've got all the active chats here. You could see you've got fans, Blueberry. I think they already left. I might come out there. I don't know yet. Yeah, it's tough. I would love to go check out what you guys got cooking. The only problem is I have to be in Ohio on the 2nd, which means I probably have to travel. Which means if we take a look at Maps Google, which is like my favorite thing on earth. Oh, that is my home address. Lol. Let's just do CStat. CStat to Cincinnati. Wait. Whoa. Calm down. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a 15-hour drive to Cincinnati. Y'all didn't see that. Y'all didn't see that. You have no idea where I live. And you know what's better? It didn't say my apartment number. That's the most important part. Okay. I'm still an enigma. I believe we'll be playing Thursday and Friday. Pools start Thursday. We will be playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Well, it is guaranteed that I cannot be there. I cannot be there, but now we know it's an apartment. That is true, but my apartment has like 50 buildings, so you got to pick one out of 50. Why drive? Why no fly? I might fly. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I drive, maybe I fly. Depends on what Octane's willing. If someone get in contact with OICE, okay? Someone contact OICE and ask him if he's going to pay for my flight. I don't think the answer is yes. Yo, pick me up. Yeah, let me stop by Iowa. Just take a little detour towards Iowa to pick up kayak. Yeah, all right. Either way, it does seem like me too. You guys are crazy. SJSU's in California half. That's like a 24 plus hour drive for me. All right, let me put this in Octane finals. Those are Octane. So Octane finals. And then San Antonio for this is going to be a little bit earlier, I think. Yo, gang, why didn't we stream in February? What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Why didn't we stream in February? For laughs and giggles? Yeah. No, I'm sorry. My gas tank, while it is efficient because I drive this beautiful baby. This is my car. This is exactly what my car looks like. It is the best car on earth. Prisu. Is this my Prisu? And I have a wonderful time spending less than $20 a tank. Because, yeah. The red one drives better. You're right. How could I forget? The red one does, in fact, drive better. Gosh, I got to fill out this calendar before I go absolutely insane. Okay, DreamHack. And then NECC San Antonio. Headed back to Texas. I know what building you're in. A little knock on the doors till I hear a kitty meow. Yeah, good luck. May 14th through 17th in San Antonio, Texas. No! Guys, I don't think I can actually go to NECC. I have to go to DreamHack because there's, as usual, that's where I make money. And I sadly cannot turn down money. As much as I do love NECC, it does look like it conflicts. I don't know why I didn't notice that until now. But yeah, May 14th through 17th for NECC. I do love San Antonio, but they happen to be at the exact same time, right? Yeah, May 15th through 17th. No, there's no change in that. I will be in Atlanta on those dates. So you guys get to see me in Cincinnati. I think I take a little break, and then I turn around and I'm at DreamHack the 14th through 17th. So that's what we're up to. And then we have this mess. I don't believe there's ECAC this week, so we're good there. And then Octane Contenders. There's also another Octane Contenders on this day. This is Octane Contenders Day 6. Perfect. And we can trash the Octane Scrims because we don't care about them. Play versus week 5, maybe. We'll see. I have to fix this. There's so much. Oh, yeah. And on the 17th, I'm a guest speaker at Cambria in UK. Fun stuff. Anyways, let's pop back into the next game here. Sub goals. Oh, yeah. We just hit 700 thanks to Speed Demon, which means I'm going to host another major tournament. So I think we're up to the 1v1 tournament, the solo queue tournament, whatever. What are you guest speaking on? Casting. They just finished their, it is an esports, it is an esports class. And so I am casting esports. Sorry guys, English doesn't work for Zephyr. It is an esports themed class to be taught, and so they just finished their unit on broadcasting, and so I'm gonna come on in as, of course, a caster to represent casting. And that's that.
Bad guy over there.
Are you going to be in person or like Zoom? Zoom. I will be, or Google Meets. I'll be on Google Meets. And so I'm going to give a little 45-minute presentation to some students. And yeah, we're going to talk about all the things casting. I'm going to show them how I became a caster. I'm going to show them what it actually is like, you know, being a professional caster. Because right now this is just me streaming, but there's a lot more that goes into actually being at a LAN and managing the real aspects that we get hired for. And yeah, very simple stuff. Are you going to teach them your vocal stems? I don't have any vocal stems. I don't think they're, I do not have a vocal stem. There's no way.
That's for me.
There's no chance.
Sniper stock here, level 3. Extended sniper mag here, level 3.
Oh, there it is. Metrospective, the first to be dropped here, and it is none other than Norwich University as a duo. Problem is, Azure Hero, very quick to get a response here for the University of Dayton, and that does mean we're likely going to see a full 2v1 here in just a second. Bluish Game Boy and Azure Hero. Yeah, I was about to say, should be able to get this quick revive, and then I'm impressed. They turned that around with the Mirage just as quickly, and you've got the full support passive there in action. Metrospective, though, is just as back up. So, a couple full sends, nice quick reset on the R99, and this time around, there is no Mirage to work with. Instead, utilizing the full send there.
Mags with the upgrade.
That's it for Fumble Gump, and we will say goodbye there. Congratulations to the University of Dayton. Very easy 2KP for them. Take a look at Alabama State University and Kennesaw State right next to each other there in the Mirage Etoile. That could explode here in a bit. But for now, Texas A&M, Texarkana right up against Western Nebraska Community College. I mean, pull for pull here. See how they may survive. Texarkana could chase this one back into the entire choke. Craze is very separate from the rest of Texarkana. Why do these people in these games have really good nades? Don't ask me. Sir, Mirage is not over here. Mirage Etoile, no, it's not. It's over on the other side of the map. But Mirage Etoile is where Kennesaw and Alabama are fighting. That's not these two teams. We're currently looking at Texas A&M, Texarkana, and Western Nebraska Community College. Anyways, it looks like it will be Kennesaw probably wiping out the entirety of Alabama. And for Texarkana, a full send for them is just as clean. Right in the corner there. Double Mastiff knock shots. And it's up to Zachary and Craze to very easily get the full health finish here on the other side. Is this the JV TAMU team? No, this is Texas A&M, Texarkana. That is a different roster entirely. It is a different school entirely. It is Soar Eagles Soar, if I remember correctly. So yeah, they are located on the boundary of Texas and Arkansas. Oh, shout out to Haskell Indians Nations. As a trio, they should be more confident this time around. Congratulations making it all the way to second place. That would have been a game they could have possibly won, but they were shut out a little bit too early here. Team 11 is St. John's University's secondary roster. Adnian and Doc there. They've got Christopher and Captain Morgan on the other side, currently playing for Hartwick College. Single-handedly carrying chat interactions right now. It is true, not Koryu. And I'm not kidding when I say I completely appreciate it. Some people, they just want to sit by and just watch, listen to me cast the games, and I think that's perfectly fine. I don't mind it, but I also love when I have a nice friend to talk to. Got to do God's work. Mashal. Kennesaw, they're on their rotate outside of Lava Siphon. We saw them pick up the full wipe against Alabama State University, and whoever might meet their ire will be a potentially quick pickup here. It was Hartwick College still playing inside the thermal station, but this may not be where we see the zone finish. Instead, we got quite a few stacked up on these north side chokes here. One of those teams being the likes of Sam Houston State University. They were a team on the low ground of Thermal Station coming out of this last game, and now next to them you have Seminole State College of Florida, and yes, Texarkana, who could be rotating back into them there. Texarkana, you'll notice, are split. They are Team 14. They still are leaving. I believe I'm missing who that third was on the low ground there, but could very easily get caught out if you're not careful. Love the slide from Chris.exe. This could open it up for Sam Houston State. Nade spam available and ready, but should be blocked out by that mobile shield. Still, though, a Mad Maggie is the perfect punishment to play into Texarkana here. That'll be first knock found, and the only saving grace that we know of is that, yeah, Texas A&M were completely separate here, and that will allow them to set up Alter. You know Ego was using Cronus? I did not see that. How did that be, how was that found out? Someone explain. Megalomaniacs with a re-knock there on to Bandana. I'll tell you what, that's the worst member to go down. That is your Newcastle. I messaged Badger. Wait. Someone has to explain to me how this was even found out. And CU got hella hacked on? Okay. He has a TikTok account dedicated to cheating? Never mind, I understand. Well, SJSU, they've got themselves dedicated to true blue, confident, and legitimate Apex Legends play. The same can be said for University of Dayton there. SJSU, though, that's a struggle and a half. Getting caught out there. It is not a knock, though, for the University of Dayton. Couple of snipes, nice crack, 60 on the find there. Ton of clay is low alongside half. This is a good start, but you'll notice University of Dayton is split. This is a two-piece of the roster, and that's why they're not sending it. For some reason, these teams love to play separate. Now, Maui Wowie and Kunasuno, they could get caught out for the Seminole State College of Florida, but we'll have to check in later. Instead, University of Dayton, I much more appreciate this rotate. Get regrouped with your team. Eon, Megalomaniacs, and Chris.exe coming on in for Sam Houston State here. This, I can only assume, is Texas A&M. It has to be. Yeah, Craze, there's a full knock. Nice snipe from Zachary with the triple take. Will slow things down, but it is still a 2v1 disadvantage. Drop the full Nemesis. And I mean, you've got to be absolutely perfect with your escape there. Thankfully, it is going to be Zachary, at least towards the southern side of Harvester for now. Might be able to evac out in a way. I can assume there's a crafter towards that southern side, but you got to keep moving, okay? And by the way, you can already take a look and see that you've got St. John's second team in tree where that crafter is. A beautiful beam doesn't come up as big as you need. Wild Panda Hoss for a full thirst here. And this will be a fantastic chunk of damage. Are you going to be at ESC in person at Full Sail University at the end of June? Phantom, I'd love to see Wiley High School at Full Sail. I've not made an agreement with ESC or VHEL yet. I'd love to. They're great people. I'd do anything to be there. I just don't know if they're willing to. Remember, if there's a great caster, whether it be a college student at Full Sail or someone within Florida, it's a lot cheaper for them to work with someone in Florida than it is to fly me out of Texas. And so, no idea. Wiley is goated? Yeah, no, they're absolutely fantastic. Agreed? That's the same person. That's the same person. That's the same person. All right, well, I will contact them, and who knows, I can maybe strike up a deal because I can definitely cast Fortnite, I can cast Bed Wars, and I can have a great time alongside all the very talented high school players. Trying to recruit here? That's right. Find your way to Texas A&M Texarkana when you get a chance. Y-Doc gonna get knocked out here by Bluish Gamer Boy, and shout out to Kennesaw. They're also here holding out the edge. 60 on a knock. They just got these revives after being chased down by the Haskell Indians Nation University. A couple of extra good snipes there with the triple take, and it is going to be the altar port play to get Bluish Game Boy back inside the building. Blue Sky will find at least the one knock, and most of our teams are playing outside of zone. Shout out to Haskell's Indian Nation. They're going to make the macro count for him here. For now, though, it is up to the University of Dayton to try and get a knock, but instead it's Blue Sky finding two. Kennesaw State University, now a trio versus one. They go from being knocked out to finding knocks of their own. Adyem, the same can be said, quickly recovering St. John's potential. And granted, no beacon. It looks like Texas A&M Texarkana, they are also missing out on the two. They will, though, have the crafter to get both of their members back into play and maybe a revive to go with it. All right. Zephyr is very pleased with the Xur hero here. Manages to find a recovery into the face of Kennesaw. Now, granted, this drop is critical. The Xur hero is going to try to hold on for dear life. Meanwhile, you've got that respawn ship diving on through with the entirety of Dayton back into play. A Sentinel will miss a shot there, but all that matters is that Dayton keeps the rotation going. Right now, Kennesaw, they've got a little bit more going on when you have the entirety of Sam Houston State above you. Granted, they did lose out on Eon, and they are at a player down here. Kennesaw stuck on the low ground, 30 seconds to go, and they themselves also have to rotate in the thermal station. They do have evacs to play off of, but they want to get this KP as they go out here. We'll say goodbye to Kunasuno, Maui Wowie, and Mr. Ranger. They're thirsted by SJSU. It looks like Chris.exe, the last remaining member here for Sam Houston State, and you're getting held out either by Dayton or chased by Kennesaw. That'll be the full thirst for the funds here at University of Dayton. They're going to have to turn themselves right as rain, though, just as quickly to start this additional fight against St. John's University. Here's the problem. The minute they find out that St. John is a duo, it's a prime opportunity for this team to pick up some easy KP. A shout out, though, to Kennesaw. They were able to slip on underneath. Go Haskell. They're alive. Center of zone right now. They're in a very good position, Hazy. Or Hezi. Or HZYE. Let me know if you want to do college versus high school Apex games. Phantom, you and Wiley High School are the first on my list. I'm thinking about putting together a combine during the summer. It will be a combination where high school players have to play with college players. And I will make it very clear to all the potential colleges out there that this is a great place to take a sneak peek at prospective college talent. So I'm thinking about hosting a combine. My observer has accidentally typed UI. Oh no, is that Lewis? Okay, Lewis, my cat is on top of the keyboard. Anyways, KSU, only team that could be potentially as good as them is none other than San Jose State University. They got a couple of beams around the back here. RE45 primed and ready for ton of clay, even though he does not have the health. Then again, it's me, Angle, and Half are quick to follow through, and it's a simple melee from ton of clay and crew to finish the job there. That is going to be a very, very confident. We need to talk. Apex is my baby, and I want to grow it more in high school. TechSF, I always want to do that, all right? I love working for what I do right now with ESC, and I'm happy to do more. Yeah, I think a combine would be huge. If you're interested in helping me put together a combine, I'm very good at finding sponsors. I mean, I like putting a prize pool on my events. We don't have to, but I would love to represent these high school students and then show them what it's like to play a real competition with colleges. So if you're genuinely interested in putting something together, reach out to me on Discord, Zephyrcast, and I think it's a cool idea. For Texas A&M, Texarkana, I think it'd be a cooler idea if they survived here. All right? Out and running and gunning, trying to get up above. Currently, you do have the University of Dayton holding them out, and Zachary is a tick away from death here. Dayton just has to peek this one out, and it is retrospective already looking. A full thirst will find it on their platform, and beam this one. Just beam that one. Come on. The drill is not going to find much purchase there, and ooh, the second one, though. Retrospective. He plays whack-a-mole behind the boxes there. I don't think I've ever seen the drill so perfectly placed for success. 3 squads remaining, none other than the likes of Haskell Indian Nations here. Of course, the University of Dayton. And yes, we're coming back. Singular Frog. Thank you so much. Can't stand Mad Maggie. Zachary, it's just a great counter, right? You know, it's a fantastic counter right now. Looks like San Jose State University might be one of the more skilled rosters to survive here. Problem is they've got Dayton in front of them, and more importantly, a potentially rotating mirrored play here from Haskell Indians. They could come back in over across that zip and right behind them. Metrospective, you say you hate him, Zachary. And that's going to be a knock from the man himself on to Ton of Clay Master. Probably the guns that do the work there, but it's the full riot drill that gets the thirst. Half is knocked down, and it's Vert XP from the Haskell Indians that will find that knock there. One remaining member of San Jose State University, and we are guaranteed to be seeing either Dayton or the Haskell Indians on their peak play win this next game. A swinging and a dive. Blue Game Boy, trade for trade of 1. It's a 2v2 situation. Big burns onto Wild Panda Hoss, and the Haskell Indians only have Sky Pappy here to hold this one off. Instead, it will be the University of Dayton as a duo, now a trio, getting themselves set back up for the full push here. Azure Hero, confident and healthy, might be able to play with the EMP as well for this one. It's me, Angle. They're going to want to finish off the job. A full dive here onto the Haskell Indians. And with one last 2020 and maybe a Raptor's Claw to finish it, this should be a Dayton dub. I mean, we're just make it sound cool. Come on, Dayton dub. Come on, guys, catch him. Catch him. This should be a Dayton dub. We're looking at a University of Dayton dub. No, he's full health. Okay. Just give it a second. Give it a second. Here we go. And we should see a University of Dayton dub. Congratulations to the University of Dayton. An easy pickup for them. Dayton winning games. Holy, this is a rare sight. It's a sight that is proven at this point. So we'll take a look at the scoreboard here as Lewis wants attention. Here you guys go. Little Lewis attention. He's purring. Yeah? Can you say hi to everybody in chat? Yeah? Okay. No, he doesn't want to. Why do you meow then? Why are you meowing at me? You can come up. Phantom, I'll be the first to let you know. I will be reaching out to those schools as well, though, in their programs to try and get as many high school players as possible. I want 1 per team, and if we could get 40 for 2 per team, that would be sick. Of course, let's take a look at our current standings there. In first place with 12 points and 9 KP, it is none other than the University of Dayton. Shout out, though, to SJSU in second there. 10 KP won't be enough to make up the difference at 19 total. On the other side, Team 16, that is, of course, Haskell Indians Nation with 6 KP. I would have liked them to get to at least second, but that push play on Divert came back to bite them. Team 14, Texas A&M Texarkana with 5 there. Shout out Team 6. That's Kennesaw State in 6th place with 7. It is the duo of St. John's that managed to survive into the top 5 in diminishing returns for the rest of our rosters. That's your scoreboard. We'll hop into the next lobby while we wait. TBD Brandon, I will I'll let you know as well, my man. I'm going to try to get this is my idea. Can I have like a paint online? Just give me like a little paint. Amazing. Here you guys go. So this is my idea. All right. It's let's say it's June. Oh God, white mode's awful. Can we just? All right, we're gonna pirate software this baby. All right, give me a really. Can I have a large one? Can I change the? Can I make it large? All right, whatever. I mean Olympus. I already Collegiate. I'll try and type Olympus. Fair. All right, say it is June, okay? There's not a lot of collegiate events, so those players are very, very much available. And at the same time, there's usually nothing going on for high school as well, because you guys are out in your summertime. So my idea is we've got one weekend, right? So let's make a little weekend calendar. Whee! And let's put Saturday and Sunday. Saturday. Sunday. June. Yeah. So here's Saturday and Sunday. Okay? Ice Fire Prod. Ice Fire Aid Prod. I feel like I recognize that name. Oh, you like me on Twitter all the time. Good to see you, brother. My idea is that we either, if I can get bigger sponsors, I would make it a repeating thing where every Saturday and Sunday I'd host like a big league, like several in a row. And that would be the whole idea. Not end of June if possible. Typically, I get people involved into my server and then we come together with what dates work best. It's going to come down to when the high schools and the colleges can be in the best position. Either way, my idea is that we have, let's say, we've got one person here, and this is our high school player, you know? So they're a very talented high school player, and there's not as many collegiate or high school Apex players, but I have a ton of access to collegiate ones just because I cast so many collegiate leagues. So the idea is I would put together a team where it would be hopefully a very talented set of 2 collegiate players, right? Alongside them. And most of the collegiate players I know are kind enough to extend a helping hand. And so this is college. And this would be our team, right? For the event. And so you would sign up, and I would probably... Wild Panda Hoss from Haskell Indians. I said your name. There you go. This would be the team for the event, right? And so the idea is, first of all, high school players rarely get full 20-team lobbies that get really competitive, okay? At the same time, college players don't typically get the chance to play during the summertime with their full roster. So, we would make this the June Combine. We put Combine down. What is this high school college thing? That's what I'm explaining right now. And if I get enough points, if I get enough money, I would host it for several weeks in a row, right? Where you have like day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. Day 4. I, of course, would produce and admin it. And the whole idea is we would get 20 of these bad boys, hopefully more. But we would, depending, if there's just 20, it's not going to be as long. We would probably just cut Sunday completely. If there's, I know I have a lot of college players. Typically, the limiting factor here is going to be how many high school players I can get. I usually, at my last event, I was able to get 180 college players. So I have a lot of college players to work with typically during the summertime. So a lot to pick from there. And who knows, maybe I would make it a draft too. We give the 20 best or 40 best college players the opportunity to draft high school players. And the whole idea is you draft your best player. Maybe we do it Saturday, Sunday. You would play in a very we would play it like college too, because this would be getting the high schoolers ready for college. So you would do 2-2-2, right? Where you have I guess Olympus right now, yeah. World's Edge, Storm Point, maybe E District, and then if it's multiple weeks, all right. And maybe we do like this is our captain, all right. We're about to get into game in 2 minutes, so I can't spend too much time more on this. So this is our captain, right? And I've held a draft before. They're very fun. People love it. So captain would draft this person, and they would draft this person. Okay. Lots of high schools stuck competing in TDE. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And so we run it the standard format, 2-2-2, World's Edge, Storm Point, E District, maybe a little Olympus thrown in because it is being played in college right now. And then we go through, if we don't get enough players, I would still at least like to run 4 competitive days, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Preferably, I'd like to go at least to 6, so I have a lot to cast during the summertime, but it is going to come down to how many teams we get. And then, at the end of it, we do a little playoffs bracket, right, where the teams get split into uppers and lowers, right? And then we have the top 10 would move on, right? Standard upper bracket, you know. The bottom 20 are eliminated total. So then we have this, and then we do this. This would be a match point format tournament for the final prize pool. And then prize pool would typically my prize pools end up being about $500. I mean, I can always confidently raise about $500. And so it would be a match point format, which, by the way, most high schoolers don't play match point. It is the competitive format for final tournaments in college. So this would be their first time competing in it. And so we would do that. Yeah, leaderboard. Definitely not done. I will say the leaderboards for Play Versus do not update in real time. So make with that the best that you can. And so there's our winner. Whee! So this would be a June or July combine. And this would be my idea, right? And so that way, and then I would reach out to all the colleges I work with and I would say, hey, or if you're a college and you're interested in picking up your next talented high school player or reaching out and just offering scholarships, which so many colleges out there do, and so many of these high schoolers need that opportunity, this would be a great place to learn who's great at Apex, who showcases it. And arguably, my dream would be that this is 2 high schoolers per team, right? And then 1 collegiate captain to show them the ropes, right? And I would choose the captains based off of who really wants to, teach a little bit. Yeah, that is my idea for the summertime. I think it'd be sick. How would we make sure it is legit high school players? 2 things. 1, I would be reaching out to orgs like ESC, TechSef, VHEL, Vessel, all these places that have used high school players previously. I think Vessel's dead anyways. Anyways, moving on. I would reach out to places who have had high school players compete in Apex Legends, whether it's TDM or sometimes the competitive leagues that we see at like ESC, and we would say, hey, would you like to potentially work with us to create a combine, right?
Quit pissing around.
And
Move
so
here.
I have a ton of experience running events. I'm great at running events. That's like all I do for Apex. And yeah. And that way, instead of me going through verifying, VHEL is good too for Apex. Yeah, I cast VHEL every Wednesday. Yeah. So definitely a great org to reach out to for that. And so that would probably be, and I'm not kidding you, that would legitimately be one of the very first competitions we've ever seen for high school players that's like legitimate and competitive. Right? And then you would get Zephyr doing player profiles and interviews and stuff, where I'd reach out to the high school students. Of course, this would be all with the permission of their family and whatnot. And I would say, hey, let's do a little interview, and you can showcase how good you are, and your personality, and all this other stuff, and maybe your history in Apex Legends, and then colleges can get a good idea of that. By the way, it is going to be Norwich University, wiped out there by Haskell Indians Nation, so shout out to the Haskell Indians.
Let's move there. Making contact with enemy. I spotted a mark here.
Yeah, TechSef runs a great product, and it's only going to get better. VHEL, they're killing it with Apex. Genuinely, one of the best Apex run programs I've seen. And it's just hard because getting enough teams for Apex, or any BR, can be difficult. For San Jose State, it's difficult to be this good. Kingless and Fritz as a duo here, caught out now. It's another knock there for half, and with one remaining member left on the board, I believe SJSU may crown themselves at least a top 11 finish here. Probably further than that, but hey, it's a good start.
Got a mark nearby. Over here.
Scoo HINU. Oh, Haskell Indians Nation. Got it. Got it. May, you cracked me up. I don't know what I'm looking at. I know I'm looking at Hank Hill, but I don't know what I'm looking at. Texas A&M Texarkana will drop Adyen. That means YDoc is running for their life here. Meanwhile, it does seem like you've got that third-party exchange available with Sam Houston State. So some Texas on Texas violence here over on the side of zone. You want to come sit on my lap, Lewis? Come here. Come here. Okay. He doesn't care about me. It's like, it's go, like, let's go. Ah! Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm too unk. I'm 25 years old, which is dinosaur in whatever age we're looking at here. You are really old. It's insane. Thank you so much, Foddery. Kennesaw, they saw the end of Alabama State University last time around, and this time we'll finish the job here in Checkpoint. I'm not that old, but I accept when it comes to the gaming sphere, I might be considered pretty old. 25 is insane. Voddery, you're almost 20. All right, you've got one foot in the box, the other in the river. It's okay, Unk. You've lived a quarter of your life already. Okay, I'm not 25, by the way. I turned 25 in 22 days. I'm almost 3 weeks away. Not 25 isn't old. Thank you, Solari. Haskell Indians Nation, they're on the push play here. You got none other than Puppy, Vert, and Wild Panda Hoss. Try to see if they can get this response onto Western Nebraska. Albeit, Western Nebraska, they got a little bit more Hoyt to their name. That was a chance for Sky to at least get the knock there on the slide down. But instead, I'll take the missile swarm. Sky Pappy trying to close the distance. There we go. Flesh on the crack. This should be enough for Haskell Indians to get the job done. Just need them to land either the nades or the full follow-through. Goofy Cashew. Actually, yes! Sky Poppy with the knock for the Haskell Indians. The rest of the exchange there. The missiles will swarm. A nice stun in the sky. And Sky Poppy with another. One last remaining member here. And it should be the 2020's Wild Panda Hoss for the knockdown with the triple take. That is a Haskell Indians domination there. Now, King Addy and Hyperactive out of Newmont College of Computer Science. They got a full trio from Hartwick College here up on high ground. My birthday is the 25th. Happy early birthday, turning 27. I'm not feeling like an unk, though. Down bad. I typically, I work with college students and sometimes, yes, high school students. And so they make no small reminder to tell me how old 24 is, which is just insane to me, okay? But they love to call me unk. A shout out to Kennesaw there. We don't really get to see the majority of the fight. That will be the full wipe on to San Jose State. So, also happy early birthday, Down Bad. I forgot to say that. You'll be joining me for a little birthday celebration here. I mean, we were playing this quiet. Dayton University, we saw them come out with a win last time around. The problem is this time, we've got Texarkana paying their respects. Metrospective, that was the man who put Texarkana to rest with the Maggie drills here. This time around, it is going to be the University of Dayton all the way towards Lagoon, forced to try to recover their entire team this late into the game. Now remember, it is 9 squads, but getting recoveries off like this do need a crafter. The pylon, no, it's unnecessary. It looks like for University of Dayton, they were able to play that one out with the drone, and so you can see that recovery just north of the launch pad here. Wild Panda Hoss, Sky Poppy, and Vert, we got to check out their wipe here just a little bit ago. Now they're inside the Stormcatcher area to boot here. Going to try to play gatekeeper to those teams, maybe lagging behind outside of command center and, well, the rest of the map here. The only team that they'll really be holding off is Kennesaw State University. We'll see if they actually end up playing aggressive here. There's a lot of time to get some romance. Looks like Megalomaniacs, a drop onto Newmont College is hyperactive, and that should leave maybe just one remaining here. Yeah, Newmont College is Team 18, and you'll see King Addy popped away from Sky Poppy here from Naskell. So that is going to be 8 squads left standing here. A little bit of that round close. Now, I didn't get to take a sneak peek at where this zone is really pulling towards. If it is still very deep towards that eastern side, it usually guarantees a cliffside finish. So I really like the position of Seminole State College here. A nice rotation from the University of Dayton. If they can get up to high ground here, this is a good spot for them, but being wrapped on by Texas A&M Texarkana could be a knock for this team, all right? They are able to split the Dayton roster, and that's going to be the altar portal to get them back regrouped for coverage here. Problem is, the rest of Dayton, they're not actually porting away. They are going to let Azure Hero burn out on the edge of zone. Maybe Bluish Game Boy, they can get themselves set up there with the altar portal in the nut building. This endgame ring is horrible. It's not too bad. I'll tell you what, May. You can get one person in the choke, right? You can get 2 people in the buildings on the western side. You can get another person on that one building's high ground. Sometimes you can get people playing the edges of the fence line there, so make that about 4 on the western side, 4 or 5. Then you can get at least 2 teams on the eastern side, 1 in the nut building for a total of 8 squads, all right? Don't even get me started on the little hillside to the right hand there. The truth is, for these high school and, well, new college teams, you're going to have to learn that you can fit a lot more teams than you think. The worst one is the middle of the water on far north pad, Black Sands. Yeah, Black Sands or the Seatote Station finish can get a little rough. If you're not playing Newcastle in particular, or you've got a bit of a trident to work with, those can be pretty bad. But yeah, a lot of these college teams, they have to figure out that yes, holding out these rosters is impactful, right? Haskell Indians Nation are doing a great job of that right now. But playing for a final end game, especially against the more competitive collegiate teams, like when we talk about the full SJSU roster or the full Kennesaw State, these squads, they have, like, yes, they have just better gun skill, but they also have an incredible dominance when it comes to knowing macro, okay? And so you don't get tested on your macro in play versus, and that's no fault of play versus, it's just the teams that play in it, right? Truth is, these teams need to get better through scrims, right? They need to play more seasons of play versus regularly and slowly get to a place where everyone kind of knows where these zones are finishing and they realize you don't have to fight for success, you know? They don't know the Cenote Cave endgame all the way at the bottom. That's exactly what I just pointed out. It's our fault. We just fight teams ruining all macro. That is true. Kennesaw, SJSU, these squads understand that they can just fight it out. I will say Haskell Indians, they'll find a drop on the Kanji character, and it is going to be Kennesaw Gold struggling against the Haskell Indians. Blue Sky and Enlightened as a duo there. A peek is immediately punished by Vert XP. Enlightened will get a drop onto the namesake, but Sky Poppy and Wild Panda Hawks should be able to get the full thirst there. That'll be the Haskell Indians wiping out the legends of Kennesaw. Cell, Texas A&M, Texarkana, here's the shots, and are just as quickly into the fight here. I love rooting for the Haskell Indians. They've got some good fans at home. The same can be said for Texas A&M, Texarkana. Sky Pappy, the last remaining member here, and Wild Panda Hoss going down on that lifeline. That's really what's going to do them in. So, zone pull, by the way, like I said, towards that eastern edge on the cliffside. It is going to be the end of the Haskell Indians there as a solo. Texas A&M, Texarkana, they're going to be focused upon, though. One member stuck on the low ground, and it will be the Stinger Bolt to find Bandana. Dropped out. Now, they do have the Altar Port play and the Newcastle up above here to get a very quick revive. Still, though, Eon, Megalomaniacs, and Chris.exe from Sam Houston State could they could just jump up here. Still, like I said, that Newcastle reset is critical, and I like this rotate. Evac play and Sam Houston are racing for the edge there. The choke currently held out by Hartwick College, so you cannot take this push. Instead, that building is available. Criminal taking the evac. See, that's a big difference, too. The higher in collegiate you get, the better the collegiate teams get. You cannot take evacs that close to other teams. Teams know how to track you on those evacs perfectly. So these teams are getting away with highway robbery here. And you know what? Eventually, they will learn. It looks like we will see Sam Houston State at least able to play that lower hillside. Still, though, Texas A&M, Texarkana, they're able to pump in some true damage here from up above. Another Stinger Bolt making its appearance from Zachary there. And it's just a little bit too far away. Cough, cough, ALGS. Yeah, I mean... Trust me, I've seen ALGS, I've seen Challenger Circuit, I've seen Tier 2, I've seen high school, I've seen collegiate. There is a difference in skill caps here, all right? Shout out to Texas A&M, Texarkana. The problem is that push play was not the best way to go across there. You did not get the full crack or drop. And remember, Texas A&M doesn't have to push in. Now, I like the castle wall for recovery. You're going to get the pullback here. And with a purple knockdown shield, you're very healthy to do so. This should also, push the edge of Sam Houston over towards that eastern side. Now, this could be the east pole. It is going to be the east pole. So the east pole is pretty good for where Sam Houston are right now. University of Dayton, though, they are defending the God spot. The God spot is the best possible position you could play into an end zone. Texas A&M, Texarkana, they'll finish off a rat as they find him. We're down to our final 5 squads remaining. Texarkana with one building of their own. Of course, you do have Seminole State College, and yes, Hartwick College in the choke out there towards the west. University of Dayton right up against now Sam Houston State, who've popped up. Hey, Sleepyhead, thanks for rating me yesterday. No problem, small guy. We had to finish out contenders somehow. So, and also, I wasn't sleeping. I had to work on the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics. So, not gonna lie, contenders might not get a lot of love. I've been up to here. Shout out to Texarkana. They barely leave their building, and they make short work of Hartwick College there. Still, as a trio, they and Seminole College are going to have to make this cross. Now, remember, you do have a fence line that you can play. Texarkana also should have that Newcastle castle wall back up here. There's going to be the investment on the University of Dayton, and the full push on its way against Sam Houston. What happened? What happened to Bluish? What just happened? My man looks like he disconnected his controller. Michael Flannery, thank you for the likes. Context on Apex Olympus. Hezi, I am hosting a live IRL competition here in Texas at my pad with 8 collegiate players called the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics. It is a series of challenges, mostly for fun and money, that will be played here on March 10th and 11th. You can tune in on stream and check out some of the most unique faces in college Apex as they are put through the ringer. I've done my best to advertise it as much as possible. Make the Olympics 9 because I'll be there. I cannot do that. I genuinely cannot do that. You can unironically participate, but not much else to say more than that. Well, Seminole State, it was a struggle to get into zone, and just as quickly we'll see them dome. Sam Houston are still alive as a solo, but in terms of full trios, you have the University of Dayton, and yes, a much-needed win for Texas A&M Texarkana here. Now, Dayton, like I said, they have the God spot, and they do have the height. Texarkana, while they do control a big chunk of that outside there, I mean, it's not the greatest position to be in. You can see just how quickly they are wrapped upon. The only saving grace for Texarkana is because you have... okay, I'm confused. It looks like they got a drop onto Bluish Game Boy, but they're not pushing. What are we doing? All right, Bluish Game Boy's back in it to win it. We had a chance. All right, so what I will say is Dayton does have a wrap behind them. And as you guys know, the minute you over-peek here on the side, you could see Eon from San Houston potentially getting an easy drop on you. Now, there is a Kraber in play here for Texas A&M Texarkana, but I do have to point out, if they don't climb up to this fence line height and hold off Dayton, they will be stuck on the low ground below the fence line you see right in front of Zachary right now. Huge. Absolutely huge there. Dayton will find Eon before the zone closes in. I like the push up there from Texas A&M Texarkana, and it is going to be banned with a Kraber knock on the Bluish Game Boy. This time around, I don't think they'll be as lucky. 150, and my man Band is impeccable with the Kraber knocks here. A Newcastle wall available, and Texas A&M Texarkana have quickly found success. An EMP play coming out in response, and I mean, you better make a push against them, Dayton, because right now you have nowhere to go. Another crack, a dive for a follow-through knock, and for Texas A&M, with one final beam, they will be your winners of Game 3. Congratulations to Texas A&M Texarkana. I mean, absolutely phenomenal pressure there. Down bad. Thank you for the like. And Toxic Lovin', thank you for the share. I appreciate you guys sticking around for while you did stick around. We got our own Monsoon on the team. Nasty with the Kraber. I'll tell you what, Band is very good at getting caught out, but he's also very good at sniping. So pick your poison. You got your pros and your cons. I feel like every time I watch Texas A&M Texarkana, it is Band who's getting knocked down. Okay? Oh, we got a couple lobby closes. Match summary here. It is going to be Texas A&M, though, with the win and 13 KP. That's a huge dub. Usually that would score at 25 points. Team 3, you got the University of Dayton. Not a win again, but at least the 6 KP to go with it. That should be a 15-point dub. Team 8 being Sam Houston State. Only the 1, so they'll walk away with 8. Most teams, notably Seminole State College and Hartwick College, 0 KP. The same to be said for St. John's secondary team with 0, but they've got the placements to boot. Instead, 9 KP for Haskell Indians Nations there. They're going to make a little bit of a jump as well with 3 points there. So I think that's a 12-point finish for them. Very healthy. Kennesaw State with 4 and an 8-point finish. Should be about 6. You streaming this next week too? I always stream it. The only reason I didn't stream last week is because I had a sick kitty that I had to take to the vet, and he was then hospitalized. So we'll take a look at that as it goes through. But for now, what's the else one? Sorry, player is asking about the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics. Just mic check. Okay, so I'll tell you what. That's my Houston Combine idea. Zephyr, are you locked in for NECC this weekend? Yeah, of course. Of course. Early morning. The NECC is a lot easier for me to watch than Contenders just because it takes place in the mid-afternoon. But I will say, Draft Sensei, I do want to make a point here. For those who don't know what's happening next week, the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics will be taking place on March 10th and 11th. That is, of course, 8 contestants over 2 days with one major winner, who is crowned the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics champion. Yes, half. Already, we've announced a couple of the contestants. Limbox Rico Jr. there. He will be joining us. He's also the main funder of this entire series. Are you locked for any? Are you sure? I am sure. I'm very sure. Group T coming from Iowa State. Of course, you got Mez in from the Utah. And over the course of the next couple of days, or the next few days, I will also be dropping our prize pool, our sponsors, as well as some of the other players that will be competing. Right now, we've gone through 3, and I'll be showcasing the other 5 that will be joining them. Any spots open? Sadly, for the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics, because I am flying out players, because I myself have spent money to fly them all out, no. And also, I just don't have that much space and all these other things. Wait, what is this? The IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics is a series of competitions, right? IRL, all right? So they're not going to be no keyboard, no mice, no playing Apex, and they are going to be against each other over the course of 2 days. It could be something as simple as running. It could be a target exchange. It could be a game. It could be board game. I have come up with a multitude of challenges. I'm back to play the last match alone. Good luck, Manolito. Good luck. Welcome back, not Koro. Not Koryu. Either way, I've invited 8 players to compete in this here on March 10th and 11th. And I promise you, it is a very, very entertaining thing that I've put together. And honestly, I hope the players themselves make it super entertaining, because I think I've spent about like $2,400 or something close to that on this entire event combined, right? So, March 10th and 11th, that is when we are having the competition. It will be live, yada, 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 all these fun challenges. Oh, and something really cool, too. Yo, Half, I didn't know you didn't follow me, bud. What the heck, Half? It's okay. I'm not going to make you feel bad. Thank you so much for the follow, Half. I appreciate it nonetheless. By the way, we are 11 follows away from 2,100. I thought I was, bro. You know, some people just love deep. Some people just love deeper than others. Shout out to the absolute unit that is Mez here. Shout out to the absolute whatever this is from Group T. Anyways, during the event, this is something that I've come up with that's really cool. For a majority of the challenges, okay, let's get another drawing real quick. Okay, say this is contestant number 1. You like contestant number 1, all right? And let's say I like my circles now, guys. We've got a little challenge going on where they have like a target that they've got to hit. Okay, so they've got a target, and look at this. They've got some nice little sand bouncy balls to play with. So here's our target. Oh, yo, Ice Fired Production. Or Ice Fire-Eyed Production. Thank you so much, man. Finally. You love me on Twitter. Anyways, so you hate contestant number 1? Well, that's great, because let's say contestant number 1 throws his ball and it lands right here. All right, and let's say this is worth maybe like 2 points. Okay? If you subscribe, like 1 subscription, you can either help or hurt contestant 1, right? Every subscription will have a pro or a con to it that you can choose, right? And you can choose one of them. So if you want to, for 1 sub, right, and you want to help this man out, you can give, we can give him +1 ball. Okay? So suddenly he gets to throw again. Or a con, you could say 1 sub, for 1 sub, you can rethrow, right? Which that might help them, that might hurt them, right? Let's say you save it until they get, right on the center of the target, and you're like, I hate contestant number 1. I want you to rethrow that ball, right? Suddenly, his potential victory at 10 points there in the center might become lower, right? And so this is something that's going to be very fun, I think, during the competition. And so every single challenge has this. And the cool thing is I made it so that the sub counts are going to be really low. I'm going to allow you to have, and not everyone has like a deep thing because I don't want to like ruin it, but for 5 subs you'll be able to do something, and for 10 subs you might be able to do something crazy, right? Because 10 subs is $50, And so yeah, that is my idea. I say it's my idea, but most of this has already been decided, and it is in my rule book, And so that is just one aspect of the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics. I like this. All right, guys. One last game of the day here. 4-play versus. Last one on the docket. I wish I could tell you the scoreboards that really, truly count. But hey, we still have competition. And that just means you got to try your best. Now, yes. That is the official scoreboard. But I will say it is never... It's not completely updated. Would you want anything from NOLA if I stopped there on the way? Yes, I would. If you can get me a Cafe Du Monde, mix, beignet mix, I'd love that. Nice little Cafe Du Monde beignet mix. I just realized I'm not showing you. Here it is. If you can get me a Cafe Du Monde beignet mix, huge fan. Now looks like the Haskell Indians caught out here up on Lightning Rod. This is going to be SJSU against them, which is a very casually successful team. Vert XP and Sky Pappy, though, are quick to recover towards Thunder, and maybe even should be alarmed. I have a box of that at the house. I used to. Cafe Du Monde beignets are so good. Brought them back to Cali when I came back from NOLA when I worked at ALGS last year. Dude, same thing. When I was in for NOLA, when I was casting at NOLA, I went there like 3 times. And it's not my first time at Cafe Du Monde. I've been several times. This man put a link in chat. I'm terrified.
Making contact with enemy.
Thank you. Thank you, DRKCO, Queso Fart. That truly was a moment. I love the coffee. Chicory. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I've heard they pair very nicely together. Anyways, you guys should have seen me in the airport in NOLA. I was literally sitting there with beignets from like the stand, and yeah. DRKCO Fart. Thank you so much for the follow, brother. Even though you rickrolled me. I appreciate it. Nice crack again from Odysseus. And this will be Mr. Ranger and Kunasuno continuing to follow this up here for the Seminole State College of Florida. Now, their KP has not looked great, but who knows? Maybe the Sheila can make a difference. Odysseus with knock number 1, maybe even knock number 2. Kunasuno is very low there, and the full chase push play should be enough to get another knockdown. Mr. Ranger, the Sheila. Oh my gosh. Mr. Ranger with the Sheila. Easy and clean. Now, University of Dayton was nearby, but seeing that that fight was so quick there, they don't want nothing to do with it. They're already rotating out. Good observing on that fight for sure. I don't know if you're like being sarcastic or not. This is Apex, so I never know. Woo! Little nade spam there, big beams, ton of clay. Oh my gosh! Absolutely obliterates Vert XP here from the Haskell Indians Nation, and who knows? Kennesaw is nearby. It looks like Haskell Indians Nation have already escaped towards Pylon for now. Instead, we do have SJSU potentially on the fight for Kennesaw. Nah, I genuinely enjoyed seeing how they spammed from the outside. Well, hey, give a thank you to my observer, Zephyr Observes. I'm Zephyr Cass, and Zephyr Observes is the one who handles all of my observing for every single event that I do. So, yeah. This is me. I'm just casting. I have a second PC all set up. Sky Pappy will be found here by Metro Spective from the University of Dayton, and that does mean Haskell Indians Nation's journey comes to an end. Fantastic roster. Unable to get their feet off the ground. Adyen and Wydock, they themselves being pushed upon there. Hyperactive and King Addy. This is a duo. A 2v2 potential fight to behold. Wydock looking for the full finish. Remember, that is a lifeline playing for reset on the inside here. Adyen continuing to look for this. Nice crack with the flatline, but we need to start hitting those shots more reliably. Surprisingly, it looks like they never actually got the lifeline revive off, so it was just a simple 2v1. For Fumble Gump here, it does look like they're actually in a 2v2 because Gothic Raven from Hartwick College is not actually here, currently disconnected. Shout out to Odysseus, by the way. Nice knock play taking place, and there's a couple other squads getting down and dirty with it. Texas A&M, Texarkana holding off against Hartwick there. Nice burn on the back. Christopher definitely doing a great job holding this one off, even though they know they're stuck as a duo. A lot of our teams are actually surprisingly close against each other. Now, we did see Metrospective picked off here from the University of Dayton, and it is just Bluish Game Boy running away through that Jurassic Northern Tunnel. The entirety of Seminole State College of Florida continuing this newfound aggression into Game 4 here. Does Florida Southern compete in this tournament? Florida Southern. We got Seminole State College of Florida, but no Florida Southern. What is Florida Southern's mascot? Because like you say Florida Southern, I think of FS, and then I think of FSU, which is the Seminoles. I don't know if I've ever even heard of Florida Southern, Jay. Did CSUDH win yet? No, can't say they did. Instead, it is going to be the University of Dayton caught out here by Seminole. You do have the entirety of Alabama State University stuck in the Ceto station for now. It is going to be Seminole continuing to rotate this one out. Instead, we'll pop back on over to Captain Morgan and Christopher, and sadly, no reset for them. Instead, you have Kennesaw, knock numero uno, and very clearly a follow-through just on its way here. Not a single team in zone. You know what? When you're chasing KP and you're relying on nades like that, it just isn't the success of zone. Never mind his play versus. There you go, Percy. You're catching up. I will tell you, Manolito was finished off as a solo. Big love to Manolito tonight. Just got into a car crash. And so we're hoping he's doing okay.
Hey, Mira, we got some enemies right here.
Odysseus and the Seminole Qual. I just love that name. I want to say Odysseus like 100 times. Well, Kunosuno instead's going to be the name I'm saying, and it's going to be Kennesaw State University fighting their first knock against the Seminole State College of Florida. This is going to be, though, I think an alter recovery play, but it does seem like, yeah, they just barely get that out. Now, if Kennesaw is stupid, they full send that. There's no way they do. Yo, Effie! Good to see you, Effie. Welcome back to the stream.
I hear you. What a target in the distance.
Play versus still existing was not on my 2026 bingo card.
Let's see what's up over there.
They actually host quite a good tournament for Apex. Kind of nice. I mean, granted, they're new. Play versus college is different than play versus high school stuff. I'm doing great, Beamic. I hope you're doing well as well. A couple of long-range shots from Texas A&M. Texarkana will find most Delta of Scorches picked off here. And with one follow-through around the backside, Fumble Gump will fumble the ball. Now, on the other side of that was SJSU. But I don't think they want to get too aggressive there. Instead, we're going to pop on back to Kennesaw State. Sentinel in hand and maybe more to go with it. Inside, you do still have Sam Houston State University. I mean, they can retain this choke for a while, work their way into checkpoint whenever they want, but instead, they push this one out a little bit too far forward. Chris.exe going to be out for the moment. I wasn't a Play versus fan for a long time. They found the right mindset, and now I'm a fan. There you go. There you go. And now we will see the end of Sam Houston. There we go. Sometimes you call it a little bit too early, but for Kennesaw, it was guaranteed. Now, SJSU is the primary roster to find this in a third party. Huge damage from half to open this one up. I like Ton of Clay blocking the edge of zone here, but it is an alter recovery to get at least two members of Kennesaw out of the picture. Problem is, Kanji character, and actually, honestly, the rest of Kennesaw is still stuck out there on the edge of zone. Granted, they do have a crafter, and most of our teams are not really in the trench line, so Kennesaw probably safe. Seminole State College of Florida, they're also more than healthy on the Sun side. Sunseeker, don't you put that tongue on me. No? Exclamation lurking and working, always rooting for you, Zeph. Thanks so much, Beamic. You're my goat. I hope that one day esports can reach a point where us just having the minor experience that we do can continue to work together. Now, Alabama State, I hope they can continue to find this kind of success. Surviving to the top 5 is the best performance that they've had all day long. Problem, though, they have not ever looked like a good competitive roster in terms of KP. All right, they just may shut me up, though. Still, one heady Sentinel snipe is not a difference maker right now. SJSU will rotate from the other side. They're going to sneak behind Alabama here. And shout out to Alabama. They are quickly rotating down that zip to get inside zone. Granted, I will also say, I mean, it may not be the quickest of rotates. Instead, you will have Ton of Clay here. I mean, he's got the pings, but it doesn't sound like they're actually still around. Instead, a respawn for Kanji character is oh so late, and Texas A&M Texarkana are here to drop Blue Sky. Little Arc Star up to high ground, and it is going to be roof exchanges. Zachary forced to drop down, and it will be a knock on to Enlightened. One remaining member for Kennesaw, wherever Kanji character may be. They're going to have to pull off an incredible 1-3-3 exchange. Craze will be knocked, and Kanji character does have the potential to get maybe a shield swap here, but unable to find it in the nick of time. Instead, Texas A&M Texarkana will push us down to our final 4 teams remaining. Alabama State University quickly recovering all the way towards the very edge of zone. Did not like what they faced against the Seminole State College of Florida over towards the north pad here. little missile strike against Texas A&M Texarkana. I don't know what to say about what's going on there, but it looks like the follow-through from SJSU is right behind them. Ton of clay, half, and it's me angle. I mean, the nice thing about zones like this when it's super open is just you have a lot of safety to play with. Little trade for the Kraber there as Texas A&M Texarkana might find themselves with a bullet reamed through their skull in a second here. Still, though, a Sparrow's ultimate is enough of a pressure back, and Band's got a Kraber of their own. Break onto the rampart, and no, Matthew, no Purdue today. Odysseus, a knock of one, but a snipe from Ton of Clay. Good night, Matthew. Good to see you, brother. Looks like it's me, Angie, half, and the rest a Ton of Clay Master. I mean, they have got this one hook, line, and sinker for the full thirst. To drop down to the second floor, though, from half is not a very good play. I just hit plat on Val for the first time. Congratulations. I used to pay my ex-girlfriend every time she got to a high rank. Hap with a knock is finally found, and finally, SJSU are looking much more confident. That will be Alabama State finally finished off here.
Go that way. Over here.
Oh. Top three, Seminole State, SJSU, and I assume Texas A&M Texarkana. Looks like it will be the first take against SJSU. It's actually really healthy for the Seminole State College of Florida here. Usually SJSU is pretty good. R? Sunseeker? Yeah? You want to add another word to that message? You don't have to. You don't have to, but I like it. Are you going to stream the games on Saturday? Oh, yeah. We got NECC in the morning, and then we've got Contenders League in the afternoon. Sunseeker, who are you, Sunseeker? Because you know about Collegiate Apex, then. Shout out to the Graber shop from Band there. I like Texas A&M Texarkana taking their time in this fight. They got a good coverage of that eastern side of zone. Can I be your girlfriend? New girlfriend? Rewarded for ranking up is tough? No. We had a very competitive relationship. And so I can't say that we have that same kind of competitive relationship, you know? It's just not how it works. I play in FIU. The FIU Panthers. Okay.
Enemy out there.
Oh, you're Sunny Bun. Yeah, that checks out. That does check out. Double knocks here for Seminole, but just as quickly as that comes through is going to be Texas A&M on a Texarkana push here. There's the ultimate play from Zachary. I'm taking applications. Texas A&M Texarkana. I told you, playing this outside of zone, it's the perfect way to capitalize, and this could be a double dub for them. Sadly, Odysseus, that was your chance to turn the tides. And with no way to survive, it's going to be another Texas A&M Texarkana win in Game 4. The final game of the day for the teams in Play Versus. Congratulations. I swear to God. I might be a Storm Point merchant. You know what they say. You got that map mastery, baby. Shout out to Craze, Ban, and Zachary for the double dubs here on Storm Point. They surely, I think, just hit their very first place finish. Their first place finish in Play Versus here. But that's going to be for the leaderboard that is calculated too slow for us here on stream. Maybe we take a look at the scoreboard one last time. 10 with a first place. That's 22. 8 for the Seminole. That's going to be 17. 8 for our friends from St. John's University. That is going to be a 15. Okay. And not bad for the rest. No worries, not core. You have already got it in my calendar. I will try to watch contenders, but I will warn you, the IRL Collegiate Olympics is this upcoming Tuesday and Wednesday, and Monday I have to go pick up everybody across DFW and IAH. So I do have to prioritize getting that event done. I'm working my ass off, but hey. Congratulations to the teams that played tonight, though. It was a fun night of play versus. You know, I always love to see you guys consider tuning in to some of the other collegiate competitions. We pretty much broadcast almost every single night, and I promise you, you will see a much more competitive option, whether it's on Friday or Saturday. GG to you twice, Texef and Tamut, of course. That being said, let me get a little raid going here. Who can I raid? Oh. I'm just going to pick someone soon. Dom's doing it. All right, let's raid Dom. The legend of Fisher Esports, one of the best collegiate players currently on the market right now. He's playing scrims with, I believe, probably quite a few teams. Actually, there's actually quite a few collegiate players in this scrim lobby. All right. That being said, we'll be back tomorrow for Premier League. I believe this is the last day of Premier League, so it's not going to be something you want to miss, because after this, we start getting into playoff season at Octane. Give my man Dom some love, and thank you guys so much for being around.